Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another WWE show predictions. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys my Saturday night main event, May 24th, 2025 edition predictions. Here tonight, we got 5 matches. I'm actually surprisingly filming this the day of Saturday night's main event, so the full SmackDown has gone by. I didn't catch it last night, but I looked at the results. I know what's happening. And so let's go ahead and get straight into this. Yeah, we're going to go and get straight into this with the first match, which is a tag team match between CM Punk and Sami Zayn taking on this new alliance of Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I guess the Paul Heyman guys, if you want to call them that. And this matchup really just kind of came out of nowhere because I think a lot of people really thought it was going to be Roman Reigns and it was going to be happening at Backlash, but I guess WWE pivoted and they're not doing that, or at least anytime soon, because Roman Reigns hasn't even been seen since the Raw after WrestleMania, which is kind of weird. But anyhow, though, we got Sami Zayn inserted into this slot. And I know a lot of people are saying that Sami Zayn might turn on CM Punk at Saturday night's main event. Unfortunately, though, I don't think a lot of people have realized that Saturday night's main event isn't as big as I think people want it to be. And I don't think if Sami Zayn is going to turn, which I don't even think he will. I think he's going to go on to win the Royal Rumble. That's an early prediction for me, though, and he's going to beat Seth Rollins at next year's WrestleMania, providing no injuries. But anyhow, though, I think Sami Zayn and CM Punk are still going to lose, though, probably by Sami getting pinned by Seth. If I had to take a guess, I don't think they're going to give Punk the pin here, even though that would be kind of big. But you know how WWE likes to do these big pins in the tag team matches. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that CM Punk and Sami Zayn lose. Not necessarily clean. Maybe Paul Heyman gets involved. Maybe a steel chair gets involved. But nonetheless, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Rollins and Breaker walking out with the victory and continuing to ride this momentum that they got going. Next up, we have the 5,423rd match between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. And hopefully, I really hope that this is the last time that these two guys fight. Both of these guys could easily move on. They've battled on Raw. They battled on SmackDown. Clash at the Castle, Money in the Bank, WrestleMania earlier this year. Like, they have fought every single place. And to be honest, I'm getting sick of it. They have a good feud. They have good chemistry. But you don't need to wrestle 4 million times. However, though, we're going to go and get into this specific one, which is, of course, a steel cage match. And I really hope that in this steel cage match, Drew McIntyre isn't trying to be, the Drew McIntyre that just runs away and just tries to get the victory. I hope these guys beat the crap out of one another. I hope they're throwing each other into the cage. I hope we're seeing, just a great street fight in the middle of the ring there. Just fists going back and forth. But yeah, now we're going to get to the actual predictions here. And I'm going to go with Damian Priest. I know I was wrong earlier in the year when I predicted Priest was going to win at WrestleMania. But I think this time around, he is going to win. I think he's going to win. He's going to end the feud here. I mean, it's pretty good for Priest. I think that's a great way to end the feud, letting the babyface get the win. And it's Saturday night's main event, so it's not going to hurt McIntyre as much. But yeah, I'm going to go and go with Priest here. And I think afterwards, both guys could kind of go their separate ways. I'm not quite sure where, because both of them I could fit into the U.S. title picture. But I'm sure WWE will find a way. So yeah, I'm going to go with Priest on this one. Next up, we have the Women's United States title match on the line. Now, obviously, like I said, I did not watch SmackDown last night. However, the thing I did see was that this matchup was supposedly made official. I didn't check anything else besides Wikipedia, so for whatever reason the match doesn't happen tonight, you guys know why. But I think it makes sense that this match is happening. Obviously, both women's titles are kind of at a standstill right now. Io only has Rhea to challenge her, and Tiffany kind of has Jade, Nia, Naomi. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a 4-way with them later. But for now, at least, the Women's Intercontinental title, or United States title, unfortunately, I think means the less out of all 4 of the current women's singles titles in WWE. So I think it makes sense to put this match here instead of, on Money in the Bank, especially because this feud has kind of felt a bit boring. I don't think Chelsea Green has won a singular matchup. Her Secret Harvest literally just last night lost to B-Fab and Michin. So I think that gimmick is kind of starting to die a bit, especially without the title. But I'm going to go with Zelina Vega. I don't think titles are ever going to change hands at Saturday night's main event. But if it were, I feel like it could be this one. So this one's kind of tough, but I am going to go with Vega simply for the fact she just won the belt not even a month ago. And she hasn't even had a single title defense. At least I don't believe she has. But yeah, I'm going to go with Zelina Vega retaining here over Chelsea Green. As for what Green could do after, I have no clue because she can't even qualify for Money in the Bank unless they do like a last chance match or something. But yeah, I'm going to go with Vega, and she can go on to feud with, like, I have no clue. Maybe Piper Niven. Maybe the feud continues, but instead of Chelsea Green, it's Piper Niven. Or maybe let Naomi take the belt. I'm really not quite sure. But for tonight, on Saturday night's main event, it's going to be Zelina Vega. Coming up next, we have main event Jey Uso, the current World Heavyweight Champion, versus Logan Paul. Now, obviously, when this matchup and this feud first began, I know nobody wanted it to happen. But this past episode of Raw focused so much on the World Heavyweight title. I'm actually very excited for this. Obviously, do I think Logan Paul is going to win? Absolutely not. Do I think Gunther is going to beat Jey Uso? Probably not, because of me of Money in the Bank cash. And unfortunately, though, for Jey Uso, it seems like he's kind of just escaping these title matches. But I think Logan Paul is a good way, maybe a quick 10, 15-minute good match to watch Logan Paul go and take another pin. He just beat Logan Paul. He doesn't need to beat Jey Uso. And I mean, if WWE gave Logan Paul the world title, I think there'd be a lot of people upset. I think it'd be funny, but a lot of people would be upset. And I do think this is going to be the semi-main event here. I don't think WWE is going to put Jey Uso and Logan Paul in the main event. They seem to prioritize everything, every big star over the world title, the world heavyweight title. So I think Cena and Truth's going to main event. But I think this matchup can be something like an Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, where from a couple Saturday Night's main events ago, where it was, just a great matchup. It was a fun matchup. It never really led to anything else. Logan Paul this year has wrestled every single time there's been a pay-per-view, and I'll give him credit for that. He's been there. He's wrestling at Saturday Night's main event on NBC, for goodness sake. So, yeah, I think Logan Paul's putting in the work. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him in the Money in the Bank ladder match, too. But as for tonight at Saturday Night's main event, it is going to be the Yeet Man main event, Jey Uso. And finally, we have the main event, or at least the match I think is going to be the main event. We have the 17-time Mr. 17, John Cena, versus the 54-time 24/7 champion, R-Truth. And this matchup, had you told me not even 4 months ago, like right about a little bit before the Royal Rumble, that this match would actually be happening, I would have thought you're crazy. If anything, I thought these guys would have been tag team champions, but obviously that isn't going to happen unless, you never know with WWE. Sometimes R-Truth still might not, clearly the promo a couple days ago, Tim Tugget about how that wasn't the same John Cena. Maybe R-Truth sees something we don't see. But yeah, I believe this is going to be the main event. Cena's on the poster here, and I think this is definitely a very interesting matchup. Unfortunately, though, with most Saturday Night main event matches, they are incredibly predictable. I think the only Saturday Night main event that hasn't been predictable is Michin versus Chelsea Green for the Women's United States title. But as for this, the title's still not on the line. But if R-Truth wins, that would be absolutely crazy. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. If Randy Orton couldn't do it, if Cody Rhodes couldn't do it, I don't think R-Truth is going to beat John Cena whatsoever. Doesn't matter if the title's on the line. I think John Cena is going to whoop R-Truth. I don't be surprised if Truth gets some offense in. If Truth does Cena's 5 moves of doom, maybe gets like a 2.99999 count. But at the end of the day, Cena is getting his hand raised. That R-Truth figure needs some help, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to go with John Cena to retain, or not even retain, just to win overall this matchup between him and R-Truth. And ladies and gentlemen, just again here, my predictions are Logan Paul to lose to Jey Uso, R-Truth to lose to John Cena, Chelsea Green to lose to Zelina Vega, McIntyre to lose to Priest, and Zayd to lose to Punk to lose to Rollins and Breakker. So these are my predictions, guys. These are who I think is going to win at the show. Comment down below who you guys think are going to win at the show, and yeah, guys, I will see you guys for the next video.